is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
I'm going through, already this breakup, it already have happened. And now, just a couple days later, supposedly, she's saying that she needs me. So my fucking emotions are being torn in every fucking direction. I'm so fucking confused about what the fuck is going on and everything. Alright? And then, basically, to conclude the story, because again, I don't know if I've ever told you guys the full story. When we were in the hospital together, and she's there zonked out and everything, right? And I said to her, your manager called me frantically saying that you needed me. And I want to know, like, was that real? Did she make that up? And she goes like this. She goes, and she hands me the engagement ring. Right there in the hospital. And I'm like, wow. Well, I guess I got my answer, right? So then I come home, and she's fucking, you know, we get food. She's zonked out. She passes out. She's on these not painkillers, whatever they were. I don't even know what they gave her. You know, the drugs or whatever. And then I go on stream to tell everyone what just happened. Because the stream was, you know, suspended. Everyone's wondering what the fuck just happened. Is everything okay? You know, no one knows that we're broken up. So I didn't even say that. So I jumped on stream. Now, admittedly, should I have said anything about it at all? I mean, what could I have done? I mean, you always in retro 50, you know, you look, hindsight is 20/20. That's what they say, right? So looking back at it now, I'm like, I could have easily just told everyone something very personal just happened, and it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it's not your business, right? But instead, I basically laid it all out for the audience exactly what had happened. Now, I didn't tell everyone that we were broken up, but I had told them the entire medical emergency with the panic attack and all that, and I ranted and raged about how messed up the American medical system is and shit, because it was really fucked up, the way that they handled the situation.
I had to lie about things because I had to protect my family, right?
The thing is, I know if this ever happens again, I'm gonna tell them, you are not allowed to bring her to the hospital. No, you get no permission to fucking do it. You can't give her a pill, you want to give her a pill, give her a pill, and that's it, because you're just gonna waste our time again. Yeah, because we were both upset for the record.
He would not be Phil if he wasn't persistent in getting others to dislike him. On his Twitch chat, a place only the current viewers are meant to see, Phil, in jealousy of popular creator iJustine, typed, quote, iJustine is busy getting gangbanged by EA executive staff all weekend. The only fucking reason she was actually hired in the first place, lol.
So, yeah, this is basically around the same time. I would say it was right around E3 time, because I think this was in reference to an E3 that year. This is just in my chat, in my fucking stream chat, and obviously, you know, my head is not screwed on right at all.
Do I drink gin after the streams? Yes, I do. I jump into an entire bathtub full of gin and I submerge myself for several hours. It's the only way to live.
To much surprise, iJustine responded, quote, why don't you stop spamming everyone? He clearly has issues, unquote. And Phil did have issues.
That's completely true. Oh, there you go. The snorting.
The snorting is blamed on what DsP claims is a post-nasal drip.
Correct.
The snorting plays into his depiction of a pig. Combined with his ability to remain online and survive like a cockroach came the derisive nickname Pigroach. His laugh, his sway, his snorts all could be, and some more, made into several minute-long compilations of Phil doing these singular actions. Phil doing these actions in tandem would also gain purchase. Then there were two food-related items that always got viewers' attention. The first was sparked by this tweet where DsP states he likes penne. What he means is he likes the pasta. But in Spanish, penne means penis. The last item viewers took note in was his drink of choice.
I think gin and tonic is my drink of choice. Not every single day, but I do have a gin and tonic or two every once in a while, maybe, you know, a few times a week at night to unwind, especially if it's been a stressful day or if my back's hurting me. And, yes, I do have a drink. Some gin and tonic. I guess I'll start the night right with a sip. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this. I have a drink tonight. I have a gin and tonic next to me.
I only eat penne.
But now, in addition to owing money to credit card companies and the like, he, in September, found that he owed money to a fierce collector.
I get this letter, alright? Oh, this is the beginning of the taxes saga, for sure. This is the taxes saga. Here we go. I get this letter, and the letter says, we suspect that you are doing business in the state of Washington under the name DsP Gaming. It was my trolls. You wanna know what they did? they registered my house on like Google Maps or Google Business as a registered business.
The importance of this is now Phil was claiming to owe state taxes since 2014.
Yep.
Stacking yet another reason why 2017 was the year that finally doomed Phil financially. But at least he wasn't bankrupt. The grander and more dramatic reveal this year was of his new girlfriend. Yet the reveal photos only show the back of her head.
Escort saga, which I have no involvement with whatsoever. I literally have no involvement with this at all. This is all on my trolls and crazy people, okay? I hired an escort to come visit me during my Christmas break.
In December 2017, a mysterious woman claiming to be a high-end escort with a history with Phil was claiming that Phil had not paid her, and if she did not receive the money owed, then she would release all the details of the event. And so she did. On Kiwi Farms, she developed a somewhat shallow story of Phil taking her out to dinner and spending a fair amount of money on her. Sprinkled in are notes about his bad credit, his disappointing manhood, and general notes on his house.
Can I please go in?
This dude, we're gonna do this one. This is funny. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Sure, where is the waiting room?
Right behind you, idiot. You click on that.
Call me an idiot. You didn't have to call me an idiot. I just walked in the door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, if you look around, you would have been able to know.
What a brat.
It literally says waiting room on top of it.
Wow. You're quite rude.
Wow. I'm 11. Deal with it.
Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. I would have fucking pimp slapped the shit out of that. Now, do you really think I would have pimp slapped the shit out of that kid in real life? No. I would never strike a child. But it's funny to say, if they're gonna fucking say shit to me in an online setting, that I can say shit back, and there's nothing they can fucking do about it, right? You wanna know the truth? My trolls mass flagged that video, saying that I was bullying a child, okay? YouTube, being stupid, actually flagged my video. That game is way worse than Revolution 60. Seriously.
You click on that.
You didn't have to call me an idiot. I just walked in the door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
So whatever happened to that puppet? Does it still exist? I want that puppet. Whoever has that puppet, contact me. I want it for my setup.
In addition to my normal income, I need to raise about another roughly $16,000 between now and April.
This plays into why Phil is labeled as an e-beggar, a person that petitions, guilts, or even demands donations from their audience. While it is normal for streamers to subtly stimulate donations through appreciation, Phil's tactics are more direct.
Please, do some super chats, maybe some gifted memberships to the community, and let's hit this tips goal right here of 150 to keep this king streak alive and going. Let's keep the hype going. Let's felt my detractors. You see, you get hype, it's positivity. When you spin it like that, instead of, oh, woe is me, I need monies because so I have bills to pay, and no one wants to hear that shit, right? But I've learned through experience. All of this criticism of me doing this so much in the past is 100% correct. But I know that now. You only know that once you go through doing the wrong thing, learn from experience, and then change for the better. This was the wrong way to go about it, and now I agree with all of this. So I'm about to get felted, everyone. Remember, prepare your butts. If you want to see the king get destroyed right now, I'm about to be crushed and destroyed by June. He got me on this one really good, and I have absolutely no defense for it. So let's go.
Around Phil, as he has shown himself to be a dishonest person. And so, in the detractor community, wild theories spread, but only the most gullible swallowed all theories around Phil. The newest theory came from the blindsiding reveal that Phil had gotten married to Kat and used the funds earned from the tax marathon streams to finance some of the wedding.
That's completely false. That's not true at all.
Phil is reasserting that all the money went to taxes. But later in the day, he states that was not the case.
Yep, and I did. I did 2 different marathon events, alright, that raised, in total, if you actually look at the amount of tips that I raised that can go towards these taxes, was around, I think, I want to say just under $2,500, but also what people need to understand, which they don't, is that normally I raise tips, and normally tips go to paying bills. So even though I raised $2,500, a chunk of that had to just go to pay my monthly stuff normally, and so, oops.
Uh-oh. You just got exposed live on stream. Oh!
Phil had lied throughout his marathon streams and the streams afterwards by now stating that over $500 or so went towards his bills and other expenses.
And that's right, and it's all my fault. I misspoke.
Even now, there was an uproar of displeasure where a few mods were rebelling and leaking private chats and other items surrounding Phil due to his recent lies about where the marathon money was going. Phil did not understand the depth.
But they believed that the marathon money went to my wedding, which it didn't.
Took a day off the entire internet. But hashtag ProJaredHilarity was at the top of everyone's Twitter feed. Haha, whoops. Unquote. Now that Pro Jared was going through his own controversy sparked from his lewd Tumblr and confusing open relationship, Phil jumped in on the anti-Pro Jared bandwagon.
But the only reason I did is because, look at the tweet below. He had crapped on me many, many years earlier, and I literally never clapped back. I just sat there and I bided my time. And then when his moment came, oops, maybe he shouldn't have said anything, because if he hadn't, I wouldn't have ever said a word. But it's his own fault.
Real men don't hold grudges about dumb shit.
After this resoundingly successful tweet, Phil went on a stream chat and simultaneously downplayed and exaggerated the success of the tweet. By the 11th, Phil was so confident that this tweet was bringing him the goodwill of the internet that he made this.
I don't believe that at all. Let's see what he says. The reason I'm doing this is because in the past couple of days, the internet at large has finally kind of turned an eye to me for the first time in a major way in a long time, in an actual positive light.
This video is titled DsP Tries It, Debunking 7 Years of Slander.
And it didn't work because no one cared. Seriously, no one gave a shit about this video.
Now was a reveal stream with a $1,000 goal. Phil promised a big, positive reveal. Users guessed all throughout, none of them hit the mark.
That's what I said. I just said a big positive reveal. That's all I said. I said it's a big positive reveal that could possibly help out and influence future streams. That's exactly what I said.
Some even thought that the reveal was a new cat, which Phil denied. Finally, the goal was hit, and the positive reveal came. Phil's reveal was his cat Jasper. But users already guessed the reveal was a new cat. Phil's reasoning was they did not guess correctly enough.
So a lot of people, you're right, a lot of people did guess that a cat was the thing. The thing, a lot of people say, oh, it's a new cat, it's a new cat. It's not. Jasper actually has been our cat for a while. Wow, what a dirty way to spit it.
He's a piece of crap. He's a lying piece of crap.
Phil got another $1,000 donation from a single donor through the miscommunication of there being a second positive reveal. The easiest way to find out how controversial a stream was to find out how many bans occurred that day. And according to this user-made graph, the day Jasper was revealed, there were 451 bans on his stream.
How the fuck would you know that?
This comes to a grand total of $131,550.28. The secured loans with collateral include his car and Washington condo, which was now his only condo. To add to this, on page 19, readers could see Phil still owed over $100,000 on his Connecticut condo, in which he originally purchased for $131,000. This means he was paying the minimum, or if he really wanted to, he could have paid the entire thing off and lived there within just a few years of purchasing it. Instead, he is now here, 11 years later, owing the IRS $15,000, having virtually no credit, being stripped of what little he accrued and being returned back to nothing.
I had absolutely zero, a complete negative, zero value. Even with me owning this place here, I, still, owed the mortgage and everything. I had zero value in anything. I had nothing to my name whatsoever.
The thing is, with higher spenders, or those more invested in games, guilds, clans, whatever it may be, drift off their game and use third-party software to communicate with one another. This, in most cases, is Discord, but in other cases it can be apps like WhatsApp, which is primarily used for communication. There is also the Line app, which serves a similar function. And as it so happens, one of the guilds they call me DsP join was using the Line app.
When I noticed he joined one of the guilds, there was a part where he could be part of the Line app. It says Line app was used for communication. So I did a little bit of digging and found that if you connected his phone number, because this phone number is public, onto the Line app, it popped up with they call me DsP.
This is a strong form of verification. You type in your number, then the app sends a message with a code to that number. This is rather straightforward because though numbers can be duped with outgoing messages, messaging the number back will result in reaching the actual number and not any spoofed one. Forgetting about the need of phone verification, Phil initially dismissed it as a troll with creating a Line account under the Call Me DsP.
Sounds like someone made an account in my name to try to fucking screw me over, just like Discords and everything else that's happened this year. I know nothing about it, but it sounds like you're a conspiracy theorist, doesn't it?
A viewer then informs Phil that his number is tied to the Line app account, to where Phil changes his tune.
Bit Big Boy, you have to enter a code from an SMS message when you download the app. The troll has access to your text messaging. I'd contact the authorities if I were you. Oh my god. I'm just, seriously, like there's no way to dupe one of these app companies into thinking that you are using a phone number that you're not, right? Or, there's no possible way that in the 6 years since my cell phone's been doxxed that I changed my number, right? No way possible that I would have possibly done that, right?
Oh my god, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
Right?
Phil claims two things. Firstly, that it may be possible to fool a company through a spoof number, which it is not. The second is Phil introducing the potential that he changed his number during this time, which was countered by someone calling Phil's number and getting this.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Phil Burnell.
Not only that, when ranting about John Rambo, he slips up.
I have nothing to make amends for with Rambo. I never mistreated the guy. The guy was always told me that he was happy when we were doing work together and everything. He's the one who cut off contact with me and lied to me saying everything was alright, but then stopped talking to me and then made a negative video about me later. He would have to reach out to me. I am the one who still has the same phone number. Oh! Felted!
Alright, I've apparently exposed myself again. There you go, I've exposed myself again, guys.
What this proves is Phil has a line account, and also another item to stack on the massive pile of Phil's lies. But again, Phil could run with the narrative that just because he has a line account that is also under the Call Me DSP, that doesn't prove that he plays WWE Champions. And so the investigation continues and lands on a different third party, Discord.
So I have sources of him joining and being kicked out of my guild. I have sources of him being in another WWE Champions Discord and me talking to him.
This is significantly more promising than the Line app, because unlike the Line app, They Call Me DSP's Discord is clearly seen interacting with TJ's guild. And while anyone could choose whatever name they please on Discord, all accounts had to have a unique code attached to them. And thanks to a bot archiving the people that left the Discord, that not only shows the name, but also unique Discord ID, which is 4058.
You know, if only I was tech savvy. If only I were tech savvy, maybe I would have got away with it. Alright, let's continue.
At the time, Phil also had a secret mod Discord, and a rogue mod just happened to leak Phil's unique Discord ID, which was also 4058. Though the numbers are clear, what Phil now relies on is trying to state that the evidence itself is illegitimate. On page 4, it shows what Phil's income for the months of July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2019 were. He never made under $8,000, and in just these 6 months, made a total of $55,000. But did he really? In this form, he listed his business expenses, which are separate from personal expenses. Expenses meant to only be related to his content creation job. These expenses are $9,000 for the month of July, $5,400 for August, $3,100 for September, $4,400 for October, $4,300 for November, and $4,900 for December. In July alone, he claims to have lost $867 from his streaming job somehow. And because these do not have to be itemized, as the only purpose of this form is to make sure you're not making enough money to reasonably pay off your debts, means Phil does not have to explain how a job, with virtually no overhead, where at most his expenses should be limited to purchasing games, is costing him thousands of dollars a month. What's more, on his bankruptcy petition on page 14 of 50, he claims to only have $1,500 in business assets. So as the courts would see it, these expenses would have to go into services. It is understood that Phil doesn't pay his mods. On the contrary, his mods pay him. He asks viewers to pay for his games. He doesn't use any services for his business that would charge those thousands of dollars. And so this leaves many to believe this is how Phil hides his WWE Champions transactions, labeling them as business expenses.
Yes, it is me. I am down from the rafters.
Admit it. Let's go, brother!
Alright, you already know I have a history of spending money on mobile games. I've already admitted it, okay? Everything that I said in that segment on stream was a lie. Literally, every time someone asked me about WWE Champions, I lied. Every single fucking time. Because to me, my personal spending, things I was doing off stream, was no one's business. Already? Admission number 1. Yes, the They Call Me DSP account in WWE Champions is my account. Okay? That's admission number 1. It is. It always was. Okay? Now, it was very stupid of me to name it They Call Me DSP. You might say, why was he so dumb to name that account that? Because when I opened it in 2017, when the game launched, I didn't think anyone was going to ever give a fuck about my mobile game spending. I reached out to the people who ran the game, and I said, is there a way we could change my name so that no one would know that I'm this person? And then they stop harassing everyone around me? Because listen, I want to keep playing your game. I've invested time and money into it, but I can't. Everywhere I go, these people are harassing and doxing everywhere I'm involved in. I explained to them, you know, the timing of everything. Like, here's how you do it. What I will do is I will quit a faction that I'm in. Alright? You change my name when I'm out of a faction. Now there's no way to track me because no one knows where I am. Then I could join a new faction. Okay? Great. They idiotically changed my name before the time we had agreed to, so everyone saw the name change. As of today, I don't have any control or ownership of that account anymore. Alright? I sold it. At the times when I was like desperate for money and shit was going down, I sold the account. Alright? And you might say, well, how is that possible? Right? What I did, I reached out and I found that there was a market for this. There's third-party resellers. And what you do is you can give them certain criteria and information about the game, login accounts and things that would give them ownership of the account. And you could give that to them for money. And I sold it. All right? That was a few years ago.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
So I have not had any control over this account for years. That was the single worst thing I could have done. Because what I should have done, I should have just closed the account. Because if I just closed the account, even though people would have accused me of this for years and years endlessly moving forward, all right, it would have kind of went away, right? But instead, I was like, man, I put so much time and money into this, right? I don't want to, I want to get something out of it, and I sold it like an idiot. And I hate that I did it now, because now I literally have no control over it at all. Show proof of sale. Do you really think right now I'm going to open up a PayPal account and show you anything? I'm going to open up a bank account and show you anything? You're an idiot. No one would believe it anyway. They just say I photoshopped it, or you know what I mean? I lied about this, I lied about that, right? So it's this simple, all right? You can believe my story or you cannot, all right? Here's what I will tell you. I still have the game, all right? But I don't have it on that phone. I have it on my current phone. It's my personal account. That's a brand new account. Not brand new because I've been using it for a while. I've had this phone for a while. But you guys didn't know that because I never told you. This is not an iPhone. All right? I've had this phone for a while. Do I still play WWE Champions? Yes, I do. On my actual personal account, on my current phone, I play WWE Champions. You will never see that account because it is mine. And if I showed it, the detractors would nonstop try to get information about me and my new account on. And I'm not going to fuck around like that at all. You're never going to see that account ever. All right? You will see me, once in a while, possibly playing WWE Champions on stream with the new account that I made, just to play through my new PC and hang out with everyone on streams to do that, okay?
SFM9 did a super chat. Why tell us now and not on side scrollers? Because if I told side scrollers, number one, I didn't trust them. Number two, I didn't have the account to show them. Do you understand? I didn't just sell it yesterday. I didn't even have it last year. So I didn't have anything to prove anything I said, so they wouldn't have believed me anyway. Just like right now, people aren't going to believe me. But if you don't have the corroborating evidence, why even say it, right? So don't believe the bullshit. Only listen to what comes out of my mouth. But yeah, so that's it for this one. I'll see you all tomorrow for the next one. And remember, tomorrow I am interviewing Stuttering Craig from the Side Scrollers. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.